Yeah.
Start the timer and then go.
My timer.
That's
Do
a
some
group
tongue
exercise.
exercises. Watermelon,
Okay, I'm
water.
starting. Okay, so what's up, YouTube? We're the Basement Bros here. We're basically gonna be talking about Bitcoin cryptocurrency. Okay, what the hell, Hassan? Why are you laughing?
Shit, be a
Restart.
dumbass. That's why.
Keep that in the video.
That'll be
Restart.
bloopers.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, hold on, let me get rid of my.
Wait, can someone go check if I'm in the clip? Or am I too far out?
That'd be funny if you record a full episode and
You're good.
it's like.
We're good. You put an SD card in there?
In there? No, it has 512
That's
gigabytes of
yeah.
storage or something.
Jeez, that's good.
Or 256, I don't know, whatever. Okay, anyways, let's
Whenever you're ready.
okay, so what's up, YouTube? We're the Basement Bros here. I got Shoaib with me,
Hey.
Maher,
Yo, what up?
and Hassan. So we're basically a bunch of guys that got into cryptocurrency about a year ago. We started looking into Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, etc. We all started with Coinbase basically. So it's been a year since then, and we thought,
What a
we
journey.
sit and we talk about cryptocurrency all the time. So we thought, why not bring this to YouTube? Because we do have some good discussions about cryptocurrency, what's going on, why is Bitcoin worth what it's worth currently. So basically today's topic will be the future of money. Do we believe Bitcoin will overtake the US dollar? Will it become the worldwide currency, which is the current topic that's flaming the price of Bitcoin?
Yep.
So do you guys think that Bitcoin will be a usable form of currency that everyone will be using in a short time?
Okay, let's take a vote. I say no.
I say no.
I say maybe.
We
Oh,
can't-
there's
I'm
no
not-
maybe.
I can't be on the fence.
You can't be binary about something like
Okay,
this.
then in that case, then I would say they both will exist in the future.
Yeah, they'll coexist, but you don't
One
know
will not
what's
replace
gonna
the
happen.
other, is what I'm saying. And I think currently we don't have a global currency because US uses US dollar, Canada uses Canadian dollars,
Yeah.
Japanese
so-
uses yen.
You could easily boil this down to under what scenario would you prefer to use cryptocurrency rather than traditional fiat currency to make a purchase? If you can definitively come up with a product that makes more sense to purchase with cryptocurrency, that's your use case.
I
He has
think,
a point.
I always have a point.
Yeah.
yeah,
So what do you think?
I think that right now Bitcoin is just too volatile
Yeah.
to be used as a global currency method.
Yeah.
I'm more of an investor, so when I see Bitcoin, I kind of don't want to use it. I just want to hold on to it because I see the value in it, and I don't want to use it as a currency that I would use it like Nano, for example. I'm not trying to show any type of coins here, but
Disclaimers.
not a financial advisor whatsoever. But I'm
Disclaimer
just
number
saying-
2.
See, this is a really hot topic on Reddit. A lot of the time, people are like, "Why would I spend something that I'm keeping as an investment?"
Yeah.
So, and then a lot of people argue that to make it more adopted and used worldwide, we need to start spending Bitcoin.
I know,
So
but
it's-
why would you want to, right? It's like if you use it as an investment, does anyone know why people invest in gold? How does that work?
because if inflation happens, right?
Yeah, so
It's
gold
the
is
same
stable.
reasoning.
Gold
So-
is basically a hedge against inflation.
So can you use that same reasoning with Bitcoin?
Why
Yeah,
not?
because gold,
Yes.
there's a limited supply in the world, right? It's whatever we've mined so far.
Yeah.
Bitcoin has the same principle.
Yeah,
There's only
okay.
gonna be 21 million Bitcoin in the world.
I thought I read something that there's a little clause where you can just switch it up.
No.
I don't
What's the
know.
contract?
Maybe that's Bitcoin
What's this
Cash.
page?
So that we have to look into the
Yeah.
details. I'm not
Okay,
too
cool.
sure myself, but I think if somebody forks Bitcoin and comes up with some things like Bitcoin Cash, of course they can change it.
Oh, we haven't talked about forks in so
No,
long.
but
Yeah. So you could basically.
but Bitcoin itself is never going to have more supply. A fork
Yeah.
of it might
Yeah,
have
yeah.
it.
Yeah, because I think
Initial
that's
supply.
one of the fundamental principles of Bitcoin, that it has this limited supply. I don't think the core developers of Bitcoin would ever want to change that,
We're
because
at 16.5 or 17 million coins now, right? Something
yeah,
like
but
that.
a lot of those have been lost.
Have been
Nobody
lost, yeah.
knows for sure.
And it's only getting harder to mine it too. But I think that's getting a little too complex. Back to the discussion at hand.
I still think fiat is more useful than Bitcoin just because people see value out of fiat, but they don't see value in Bitcoin. There's a lot of people out
What do
there
you mean?
that
Like you mean like it's a real, physical, tangible currency?
exactly people still think of that as money, and they don't think of Bitcoin as money. They just think of it like some people think of it as a toy, as like they don't understand it, right? It's just something like it's there, but they're not heavily invested into it. They don't know anything
If
about
you
it.
think about it now, how many people actually carry cash around with them? For me personally, like whenever I go out, if I'm buying food, if I'm buying anything, I'm using my card now. I'm using my credit card. I'm using
But
my
all
debit
those
card.
transactions are done with the fiat,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
No, but it's like the
It's
same thing.
actually just
I
databases.
use my phone to make payments now. Like I just tap wherever I can use wireless payments. Using cryptocurrency as a payment solution wouldn't be that much more different. Right now, I think like, currently you can use it as like a QR code scanner.
Yeah.
If you could change that to like tap and pay, it has to be easy to use.
I don't
There
think
are,
that.
there
I don't
are
think.
like solutions like 10x and Monaco.
I don't think the process is going to be different. It's like doing an e-transfer, doing a tap. It's the same thing. The problem is the volatility in it,
Yeah.
and because each coin has a certain supply, of course the price of it is going to fluctuate. Of course there are some like Tether that you can keep on printing it like a USD bank,
Yeah.
and they keep 1-to-1 ratio with the US dollar. So why not just use a USD, right? If you want to do cryptocurrency, then
Like you could buy a
What's the
house. You could buy a house for like 100 Bitcoin, and that could be good or bad because let's say in the coming months, the price of
Right.
Bitcoin goes up like crazy, and then it's like, oh, why did I spend 100 Bitcoin when I could have just spent 800K to buy this house and would have had 1.6 million dollars? It's that volatility that makes people
But
hesitate.
what if the house appreciates?
I
So
don't
you're
think.
looking at it both
Yeah, I know.
ways.
and not to mention when you
it's-
buy that house for 100 Bitcoin, you still have to sell that 100 Bitcoin for that price, same price
Yeah.
at that point of time. It's not like
Well, the
You
reason
have-
somebody might be buying it in Bitcoin is because they believe in its future.
Long
term,
they
right.
might be thinking long term.
Yeah.
That it's their investment. Now they're investing.
I
That
mean,
like even the government treats cryptocurrency as an asset right now. Like for example, in Canada, they treat it as an asset. So when you trade currency, it's traded as an asset.
Yeah.
Like a house basically is an asset. So
And you gotta do all the clever
I
so
mean,
stuff.
somebody that's buying selling their house
Yeah.
in Bitcoin, they
Right.
might be thinking of it as an asset that might appreciate more than
Yeah.
their house currently. So it might be worth for them.
it is
It's
being used
sort of a
as an
gamble.
investment.
Yeah.
Like the best example is the pizza guy who
Yeah,
who
well,
bought
that's
pizza for
that's like an
35,000,
extreme example.
whatever. Big,
Okay, guys,
but it's the
that's-
same
yeah.
principle, right?
No,
It's
but
the
the
same
idea,
thinking.
Hassan, is that at that point maybe he used that much to buy the pizza. But how do we know he didn't just go to a bank and then spend $10 more and buy that Bitcoin back? We
Yeah,
don't
it's
know if he
possible.
bought that
Yeah.
21,000 or
Yeah,
whatever
that's
Bitcoin he spent.
That's true.
How do we know that he didn't just go back buy his Bitcoin back?
Yeah.
Because he mined it.
And or you could look at the other side of the argument. If you had bought a house with 100 Bitcoin back in the January boom, you'd be really happy right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so guys, along this
Yeah.
topic, we've been, you've been hearing news about
Yeah.
the New York Stock Exchange and Starbucks and the Microsoft partnership.
Yes.
So based
That's
on
big.
that, Starbucks will basically be accepting Bitcoin as a payment for cryptocurrencies.
Are you guys gonna use it?
Actually, it's not just Bitcoin. It's digital. They said digital currencies.
Digital?
Okay.
Okay.
Also,
But okay.
So
Point is, as a coffee drinker,
would you? I wouldn't.
I wouldn't buy
I
my
wouldn't.
Starbucks
I
coffee.
think it's okay because it's such a low amount that it won't
wouldn't make that
affect
much
your
personally, like
investment.
to bring adoption
That's
to
a good
Bitcoin,
point.
I would use it.
Yeah, if you're a
$1.50,
that's a good
supporter,
point.
it would make sense.
Yeah.
For me, like, I spend $1.50 to buy coffee. Obviously, if you want to get that Bitcoin back, there's the issue of buying it. Like, if I have to purchase that Bitcoin again, there's that small transaction,
The transaction fee is gonna be more than what
like
you're
these
getting.
exchanges like
Yeah.
Coinbase and stuff, they charge so much money.
4%.
Yeah, right,
Yeah.
exactly. So for me to spend that $1.50, there is a small issue, but like it wouldn't be too bad. Like basically
Yeah,
you might
Ryan
end
has a
up
point there.
paying $5 for a coffee instead of $1.50 at
Yeah.
that current rate if you buy it right away again from Coinbase because they'll charge a minimum fee of $5 or something.
Yeah.
I would still tap using my card.
Or if you're
I
a
think I'm
loyal
just too
Starbucks
lazy.
member,
I think I'm just too lazy to actually
go through the process.
go
like-
through that security. Like I don't want to use my wallet.
But imagine you had some like airdrop and you got a coin and you take that coin and you convert
Sure.
it to Bitcoin and it's just cash that you got for free.
Sure,
You can just use
that's
that.
different.
Like for
Yeah,
me
right,
personally, I would do it if I could buy that Bitcoin amount back without spending that extra transaction fee
Yeah.
thing, like Coinbase.
But
I
let's
wanna
say you
spend
have like a
$5
coin
extra.
that you bought a
Yeah.
long time ago lying around and it's worth $1.
Shitcoin X.
Exactly, shitcoin X thing,
Whatever,
shitcoin
right.
Y. You take that and you convert it to Bitcoin just to buy your coffee because it's useless now, that coin. You know you bought it and you regret it, but you can still use it for something.
I guess it depends on the person. Like for if it's something that's just currency lying around, I wouldn't mind spending it.
Yeah, if you're not doing anything with it,
But
it
yeah,
makes sense.
I would buy a house with Bitcoin.
Yeah.
That's a big
But I
risk.
see
don't know about
that I have a problem with that.
And I see your point
because
here.
If
yeah.
you buy a house, let's say even it's for 200,000, right? You buy it with Bitcoin, but now Bitcoin's price, if it was like let's say 8,000 today and it's 10,000 tomorrow, now you just lost a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
So buying a big investment or a house is useless.
we
Whereas
have to cut at this point.
if
Why?
it's okay, don't worry.
Screen died.
So
Oh well.
Okay.
We don't have to cut it. Keep it
Yeah,
going.
that's
okay,
fine.
so if you were to buy that house,
Video,
Yeah,
technical
exactly.
difficulties.
no, we're gonna cut
Sorry.
that part out.
No,
No, we're not
fine.
cutting anything out. That's the whole point of this.
Okay,
We're cutting that out.
Live.
You can't say that.
Yeah, that's
okay.
we're
So
breaking the fourth wall.
okay, so if you buy that big house, right, and you lose out on all that money, you're gonna feel bad. Now, if you bought that coffee for $1.50 and Bitcoin goes up to 10,000,
You don't feel as
8,000,
bad.
you
So
you
it's
lost
like-
20 cents maybe,
It's like
but
high
you
risk, high
notice that.
reward. At the same time, if you buy that house and the value
And
of
it
the coin
goes down, it's,
Then
it's
you're
worth
like,
it for
you
you.
know,
like,
yeah,
oh, sweet.
you know, like.
So
Okay,
anything
so
happens.
guys, this news just came out and it's very bullish news.
Well, here's the
Yeah.
thing. Sorry to cut you off.
Okay.
That's the risk you take
Yeah.
Mm.
when you use Bitcoin, isn't it? That's why people don't want to use it because they don't want that
Yeah.
risk. That's why they pay fiat because they know it's gonna be steady.
Stabilized, yeah.
Yeah.
Right? That's
But I think
Well-
eventually when Bitcoin gets stabilized, it'll become more adoptable.
Well, on that topic, Bitcoin is not very stable right now. Even with
Yeah.
the bullish news that Starbucks and Microsoft and all these big companies
Yeah.
are getting involved
Because
with
people are
Bitcoin,
skeptical.
it's still the price is still falling.
Dude, the only reason you'd make such a big purchase using Bitcoin is if you believe the value of Bitcoin's gonna
It's,
go down.
no, it's a right now. This whole market pricing BS. It's all speculation at this point, right? And Warren Buffett has that favorite quote: "When others are fearful, be greedy."
Yeah,
and the other
whatever.
way, right? So there could be a lot of news happening right now. The price wouldn't really be organically growing until it is adopted, until something goes live. When that ecosystem, the news came out, sure, it's great, nothing happened. But if this same news came out in January when the boom was happening,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it would have went even higher because the market sentiment was different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
A
I
lot
guess,
of people have just lost 70% of their portfolio, whatever, if they bought in January or February. And of course, they're like, I'm done with this. This is just a scam.
Yeah.
Blah blah XYZ. It's all in the cloud. It's all pixie dots. It's .com bubble. Right?
in
Yeah.
December it was basically like, when somebody was getting into Bitcoin, they were just like, it doesn't matter what price I'm getting in, it just seems like it's never gonna stop going up.
Yeah.
That was the the idea. And you would
mentality,
see
yeah.
like, there was news there was bad news, but it would do nothing to the price
That's a
of
bubble.
Bitcoin.
It's a bubble.
It would
People
just keep
still
going
buy.
up, right? Yeah. So there's that. I think it's just the market sentiment. If everyone's like in that phase where Bitcoin, they just believe that Bitcoin is gonna keep going up and up and up, then people just keep getting in. But at this point where something's like there's so much good news coming out regarding cryptocurrency in the past few months, but no matter what happens, the price is declining.
Yeah.
I think it's just the market sentiment. We're in a bear market right now, so basically like I think it's gonna continue until something breaks us out of this
Yeah. That's fine.
this phase.
If you look at the technology that's going into it, the less hype that they have to worry about, the better in my opinion, because they can spend more time figuring out how to make this thing easily adopted and increasing how good the technology is around the whole blockchain system.
Speaking of that, I don't even believe in Bitcoin as much as I believe in blockchain D applications.
Yeah.
Because I see there's more value there. I don't want to
It
go off
addresses the
tangent
issue
here, but
of trust.
But let's
And that's
stick
like,
to let's stick to
let's-
Bitcoin.
yeah,
right?
we get into
Because-
I don't want to get into that. But,
Yeah.
We can talk about development another time.
but you see, that's the thing about adoption. When you talk
But
about
but when we're talking
yeah,
about Bitcoin
like-
right now, just think of it as Bitcoin as being the umbrella of all the different.
That's the thing. I don't think it's an umbrella. I just think it's just digital gold, and it's just something you
But
put
like
at the side.
when you say crypto, if you go outside and talk to somebody about crypto, what's the first thing they're gonna
of
say?
course, they're the
Bitcoin,
first one,
right?
right?
And that's if that one becomes adopted first, then everything will follow along with it.
course, yeah.
So I think for Bitcoin become adopted, then everything else will follow along. So we should stick with like trying to get Bitcoin adopted. And if you're part of the people
But it
that
can
think
always
that
be
should
like
be
a smartphone thing where it was Nokia that came first. Everyone was crazy about it. Brick phone, it has a flashlight,
Yeah.
amazing. Second, BlackBerry, grade 2, good
Yeah.
stuff. The buttons,
Yeah.
very clicky,
Yeah,
nice.
innovation.
But that
In a way-
takes a lot of time because you
Yeah.
know even after
And
BlackBerry
then Apple came in, right?
like even after BlackBerry didn't follow the smartphone trend, it took a long time for the BlackBerry.
But what I'm
And
trying to
then
say,
too late
what I'm
for
trying to
that.
say is the first market person, Bitcoin was Nokia. How do you know that Nokia / Bitcoin is actually going to be the
I
thing,
see
right?
the analogy you're trying to make, but I feel like cryptocurrency
Like,
as a whole
yeah.
system is not exactly familiar to everyone yet.
Mhm.
But it's
Of
not
course.
exactly new either. I think it was new back in like when I was in high school,
2015.
and I heard that you can mine bitcoins, and I'm like I'm not gonna do that because I didn't even trust putting my credit card online.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything, right?
Yeah.
But now it's pretty like if you went around and asked people what Bitcoin is 7 years ago, has it been out for that long? 5
I
years ago,
think
let's
for
say.
2008,
Oh,
after
yeah,
the bubble,
still, yeah.
after
Yeah,
the bubble.
it's 10 years ago.
So
Yeah.
even 5 years ago, if you were to just go around and ask people what is Bitcoin, they would have a very hard time like understanding what you're saying. But now, if you were to walk around and ask people what Bitcoin is, they'd have some sort of understanding, which tells me that we're not exactly again at
We're not there yet, but
we're not
getting
there yet, but we're much better than we were like 5
Of
years
course,
ago.
of course.
I think the whole thing behind that was like right now we just had so much like news behind Bitcoin.
Way too much.
When it jumped that much in
Yeah.
value, basically everybody was like, "Oh, what is this? What is this?"
Yeah,
right?
man, I had people from all over the
FOMO,
world trying to
right?
contact me.
And it's exactly that reason why the market is going down because these people that got in at that point, they're here for the short-term gains.
Yeah.
None of them were here for the long term. You know,
Yeah.
like the crypto enthusiasts.
it wasn't organic. Let's put it
Yeah,
that
it
way,
wasn't
right?
organic.
Right now,
They didn't believe it.
we are actually going through probably what is like the best way to describe it would be like the best market correction possible because now everyone that
It's
bought
healthy.
into the hype,
It's healthy.
it's a good thing. And
It's
it
not
sucks
healthy.
for everyone that bought at such a high price,
Yeah.
but it's good for us because now we have a better idea of its true price. I want to say.
Potential, I guess.
Yeah,
But,
and all the people that bought into just the hype are now like either leaving the market or they're just holding, and I don't know what benefit that does, but
But
Okay.
at least they're learning more about what they invested in. That's
Yeah.
the difference, right? So we got all these new
Yeah.
people. Maybe we lost, 80% of them, but if we kept 20% of them, that's huge.
that's still
Because now
it's still a big
now
jump. And I
these
mean,
people are learning about Bitcoin. Thanksgiving is gonna come again. These guys, the new guys that learned about Bitcoin now, are gonna sit with their families and
Oh,
they're gonna
yeah, I
have this
think about
discussion. And then I think it takes that time where people have time to sit down with their families and talk about it.
yeah,
Things like Christmas, where people they get that chance to actually discuss what they found out, what they learned,
what they've
right?
been
and
up
then,
to.
and then
The guy that pulls up in a Tesla
Yeah.
and then their families are like, how do you afford this? Oh, I invested in this
Bitcoin,
thing
right?
called
Yeah, exactly.
Bitcoin or whatever.
Yeah.
And that gets the conversation
So
going.
I feel like that's why if you look at the market trends in the
buy
past,
Teslas, guys.
yeah.
This is
No,
by no means
we are
product
not sponsored,
advertisements.
no, yeah. And we don't
Alright, so guys,
like
on that
endorse it
note-
at all.
Yeah.
On that note, this was like basically our first talk show. We hope you liked it.
Please do give us suggestions for like upcoming episodes.
Yeah,
What
put
you
them
guys
down
want
in
to
the
hear.
comments.
If there are any questions, I'd say it's fair to say we're pretty
Yeah.
knowledgeable now. And if we had an idea of what kind of things you guys want to learn more about, we could address those
Yeah,
topics.
maybe give us discussion ideas for the next stream.
Or even just
Like,
suggestions that you want to see. Maybe you want to see
Take
something
down these
else.
decorations first of all.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's our first show, so we wanted to
Yeah.
go all out.
We're in someone's basement. I won't point fingers.
Oh, okay.
Good.
Yeah.
That it's
Wow.
yeah.
That's why we're the basement bros.
Are we?
Are we? We might be. We'll see. All right, guys. Till next time.
Thanks
Hold
for
on for
watching.
dear life.
Hold on for dear life.
That's a terrible fail. All right, on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Hold on for dear life.
Oh, I thought we were saying okay.
Again. 1, 2, 3.
Hold on for dear life.
Alright.
That was too. That was bad.
You have to do it.
You didn't do it? Whatever.